allowing 142 points, that's really not normally going to turn out the way you like. Giving up 48 points in the paint and then fast break points at 30, medyo nahirapan sila on the defensive end.
They also allowed 23 3-point shots to win the next. That's right up there in the record book. Jordan Williams, he scored 57 points earlier at one piece. Pero parang medyo na-check na rin. Bumaba na yung scoring ni Jordan.
Kung scoring lang yung pinag-usapan, Jordan Williams can score amongst the best of them. So right now he's number 3 amongst locals in scoring dyan. So scoring di yung problema. So we can expect that from him even tonight. It's really just the other aspects of the game. Defense, involving his teammates, getting more than 5 assists, because for you to win, especially a big game against a champion level team like Magnolia, you're gonna have to have locals.
The local support was exactly what Wami Chongson provided. We already know na kaya nito makascore, but what he showed us was he could score 38 points in one game. That's a new career high for Magic Chongson.
Yeah, I'm so happy with Wami. He's one of those guys that is a known scorer. Yung maganda dito kay Wami is very confident. He doesn't force anything. He takes shots within himself. And all the 38 points, he was 6 for 14 from the 3-point line. So again, scoring isn't a problem. If pinag-usapan natin last game, Terrafirma scored 125 points. Yung problema lang nila, they gave up 142.
Yeah, you're right. For most of the games of Terrafirma, kung babalikan natin, we're really seeing high scoring lagi yung kalaban nila eh. One guy they will look to limit this is Rome De La Rosa, because Rome was actually the best player of Magnolia's win over Northport. Northport.
He was tremendous. So I'm very happy and proud with Rome. Always known for his defense, his toughness. Obviously his team player guy. But one thing, when he starts to score and hits a jump shot, he becomes that ultimate player.
And we're almost ready for tip-off. Pero bago yan, syempre, pakilala muna natin yung starters for this game.
Our second game, let's see the starter. First, from your Magnolia Hotshots. At guard from Cagayan de Oro, number 6, Gio Hanlanon. From Tondo, Manila, the other guard, number 3, Paul Lee. At center, number 9, Antonio Hester. At forward from Olongapo City, number 19, Rome De La Rosa. And from Balibago, Pampanga, at forward, number 13, Calvin Apoba. Head coach for the Magnolia Hotshots Hotshots is Cito Victorino. And now here are the starters for the Terrafirma Dyip. From Mandaluyong City, at guard number 3, Wami Johnson. The other guard, number 23, Jordan Williams. At forward from Pangasinan, number 7, Kevin Perel. From Lebanon, Batangas, at forward, number 13, Eric Capson. And at center from Taytay Rizal, number 18, Joseph Capoini. Head coach of the Terrafirma Dyip is Johnny Del Carcel. Our referees for the ball game are Sherwin Pineda, Pino Diva.
Ito mga magsisimula for Magnolia. Again, minsan naging iba-iba to eh. Minsan yung si Baroka, talon. Minsan talon and lead. Now it's Baroka, and it's alalan hindi nga magsisimula for them, right? Ganun ka nakakalito because Coach Chito just keeps mixing them up because it's so effective.
Yun yung flexibility ni Coach Chito with this Magnolia team. So what's more impressive is everyone is ready to start and come on.
Well, that's hip-hop brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Magnolia looking to set things and set the tone in this ball game. Interesting yung paggamit dito ni Coach John Del Cartel kay Joseph Gabayni as he tries to body up Big Hess. Pero na-switch siya kay Lee. He could not hit the trick.
Yung napansin ko so far early in this game is Terra starting a little bit bigger than normal. So Jordan Williams, their import, is really the 2 guard as they have Ferrer at the 3 with Capson and Gabayni as their big.
Wow, Ferrer missing the 3-pointer. Williams! Ganda sana ng bali. Could I get it? Terrafirma, like we said, we're expecting to see some extra intensity for them to play with that desperation na magiging fuel for them.
We always say how you start will dictate but I think he's still leading. I think in history, the league in steals, or he's at least top 3.
Tapos on the court pa, Mark Baroka.
Absolutely.
Hindi kulang sa mga kuya.
So, pareho sila benefiting from the fact that yung coach nila is one of the best.
Magnolia starts this game off. So, number 8, 6 spin shoots over Haladon. You know, it looked easy, but that was a tough shot.
Yeah, so Wadi's impressive in that case because he's learned to score even with a challenge. So being able to score, that shows that he's an ultimate scorer and one guy you have to really respect and pay attention to.
Calvin, hindi pa rin makakuha. He's 0 for 3. Right at the basket. Kaya, umiiling-iling si Calvin. He's starting to get frustrated. Here's Williams. Way off. The reason why was De La Rosa's defense is right here. Rogue, giving it to Calvin. Gusto pala niya, may bangka.
Siya magaling. So we know naman Calvin as that streaky big man, you know, delaying himself for just a second, but in this case, up ahead to Rome, seeing the cutting Calvin. That's hard to stop there.
Absolutely. Cueva looking to complete a 3-point play. Exact bucket for the Beast. Tapos si Haladon. You know, Coach Chot Reyes, when he included Gio Haladon, he was lined up. Nung PBA siya ka pa to nung sa level. He said the main reason why, yun yan, he's a one-man press. Nakakatakot talaga pag si Gio yung nag-aaras sa'yo sa court.
Correct. So he's one guy that's quick, as we see. Holly stepping on the line, so that's just too far. But why he's so impressive again, his ability to move his feet, this to Gio Halalo. And I'm not surprised why he was included previously in Argila's team. Super impressive. Tactic to defend well.
Ito, pinamirapan niya naman si Johnson. Asking for a travel. But that ball tapped away by Lee. Will still be Terrafirma basketball. Ito na naman. That's what we said.
Correct. Pumapak siya sa linya, so it's only a 2.
But Jeff, that's something that Wadi does so well.
Is bait shoot. And, you know, he's shifting. He's one guy that's impressive. That's why I know he's very hot on a lot of teams' lists, you know, on wanting to acquire, you know, if there was a chance to acquire someone like him. He's someone that plays the big line. He plays bigger than he is. So, you know, scoring din ang problema sa kanya.
Ang bilis kasi nung trigger ni Iwami because he catches that basketball and ready to shoot that check when he gets that ball.
And his confidence just so high. You know, that's what's needed. He's part of the Terrafirma team. You know, you're gonna need that leadership. You're gonna need someone to step up when they need to.
Maraming nag-aaral kay Iwami the All-Star game. But I'm pretty sure that he will be part of an All-Star pretty soon.
Yeah, I agree too. He's not one of those guys. So
Good steal by Hester there.
again, in our past games, we've always discussed who is going to be able to stop Hester down low. That quick seal is very hard to stop, and if you're not dedicated and you're not, you know, connected to him, mahirapan ka talaga.
Williams sends it out and Johnson was stepping on the line. Pero kita mo yun, pumasok pa rin. It won't count, but still an impressive shot for Johnson. Johnson was trying to front Hester, even with the help of that.
So what goes with that play also is the passer has to be all over him. Para hindi siya madaling pasa to Hester. So ball pressure is one of those things that needs to be included when they're defending.
bola. Yongson missing on the one-hander.
Siya talaga yung high alert kay nila eh. So, paying attention to Williams and making him comfortable is the goal of Magnolia.
Yan naman, big chance at the knee. Sinatuli. Attacking Kate Yongson. Lee spinning there to help. Had to pass out. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Abueva back to Lee. The runner off the glass. It's good.
In that possession, parang si Abueva siyang sinilang naglalaro while the other two were just standing there. But, you know, good recognition of the shot clock by Calvin.
A difficult shot for Lee. Parang walang mahirap eh. A lethal weapon. He brings us to this timeout brought to you by Honest Official Motorcycle of the PBA.
According to Magnolia team therapist Nick Ocampo, Ian Sangalang could possibly be out for the rest of the season. This all started back in February. Going up to that game against TNT, Ian was already feeling under the weather, so management decided to get him checked. When his blood test came out, it indicated that his results did not meet the standards, and because of which he has been advised to veer away from any strenuous exercises. Now, they did reassure me that Ian has been tested again twice and his results are improving, but for now, he will be needing more time, and nobody is in a rush. Coach Nico Campo added that although they do miss Ian, there is no doubt that for them, health will always come first. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Denise, controlling the sidelines for us. And well, our prayers go out to Ian Sangalang for his speedy recovery. Though.
For sure. You know, we want nothing but the best, and that's correct with what Denise just reported. Health is really number one. We're all praying that it'll be okay, and hope to see him on the court soon.
Haba pa kasi ng career in front of Ian. Eh, no? So, you don't want to risk him too much, his health too much. When they shifted to Antonio Hester, and that shift was also to fill the void from absence ni Ian, coach.
Tama yun dyan. So the reason why they changed the imports was, again, as we see Ed Akiwa hit his first three, was really to mandate that middle, make sure that you have inside presence, and yun yung binibigay ni Hester.
So right now, nagsasagutan itong Magnolia Terrafirma. The Hotshots only up by 3. Ferrer wanted the highest, couldn't do so. Tapik na gabay ni lalabas. It's gonna be Magnolia basketball.
I'm noticing just in the last 3 or 4 possessions, there's a lot of quick shots with Terra. They're probably one of those teams who pride on their defense. They like to get back, and they can get back quick. So being able to move the ball a little bit more, ball movement, people movement, just to get slight opening, might help.
Oh! Bang, bang! Bucket for the Beast!
What a wonderful drive by Calvin. Gosh. I feel like when he's sprinting down like that, it's hard to stop.
Oh yeah, kita mo tatambay pa sa ere. That move of the game was brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. I think he's saying, I have wings.
Yeah.
And it really looked like lumilipad si Calvin nun.
How close was he to dunking in there? Maybe not as close as he thinks, but very impressive on that drive. Typical go hard drive.
Coach, pag nagkaroon ka, hindi mo na free throw is going. Look at that quick play. Hester activated. And there were 4 white shirts. And they say that Hester got fouled. One is saying there's nothing there. Easy gabay, sinasabi, hindi naman nila na foul. Bola daw, but yeah, they really clamped down, crowded Big Hess in that play.
Stop. One good thing about him is
Zamora Williams.
And they went on a 4-game winning streak pagkatapos nun.
Right. So pinapakitaan tayo na he can also shoot from the outside. As we see Mahilig hitting his first shot. He's one guy. Australian Mahilig. I like to see him go a little bit. Very unselfish player. Hard worker and he grabs that rebound.
And his motor never stops.
Right.
Alam silang iwag. A very good player. Oh wow. Gabaini is called for an offensive foul na bumangga siya kay Hester. I'll tell you this, Coach Jeff. Konti lang yung makakapagpabagsak kay Big Hester.
Kabaini will. So again, you appreciate that you are sacrificing your body, but you know it's a good take by Hester because again, Kabaini being a 5 guy, he's not your typical shifty. You know, will Euro step you once he gets going. Diretso lang siya to the basket, so you can anticipate.
Hester for a teammate.
It goes a little something like this.
Goes back to Hester. Great ball movement para sa Magnolia, and that was the result they were looking for.
You said it. On point. That is ball movement of Magnolia in that play. Very unselfish, not forcing the issue. Great kick out by Hester.
Unang tres yun ng Hotshots. 1 of 4 sila. At Yongson really aggressive to get that ball. Here he is. Great pass! That is why they call him Magic Yongson.
Yeah, underrated passer. We know that he has that skill set. More importantly, he's a willing passer. He doesn't try to force things like we said earlier.
So Gabay made the risk there. So Pakington, that's his 3rd foul.
Right. So one of few guys who can really match up with Hester. As you see this ball screen, Gabaini, Wami finding him underneath. No one near him. Good play. Magnolia.
DJ Rams. Idol. It goes a little something like this. Let's go.
Hester at the line. On ang dalawa yung Magnolia, 24-22, but you have to love what you're seeing from Terrafirma. Yung sense of urgency na sinasabi natin before we started this game, Coach. Kita natin in this first quarter.
So that's true. So far, I think it was a great start ng Terrafirma. I think they're happy with what they're seeing so far. Now it's really just being consistent, making sure that you are continuously following the game. And then as you're adjusting, as the coaches will adjust to schemes and how they want to defend, you also make sure you execute.
Can you imagine being a point guard of Magnolia's opponent? Unang tatao sa'yo si Halalo, hirap na hirap ka. Tapos finally ilalabas si Gio and you're gonna say, hi, salamat. Makikita mo si Mark Barokay papasok.
So no time to breathe. You know, obviously that's a strategy and a luxury by Coach Tito to have two guys like that. Similarly defend the same way, you know.
Kahit 5'10 ka sabihin mo sa coach mo, sentro na lang ako muna, coach. Sentro muna ako.
That's true. Alam mo, just you know, being a player before, feeling ko mas nahirapan ako dahil bumabantay sa akin, mas maliit. also as in point guard compared to a 6'3 or 6'4 wing. So, you know, they're very pesky. They're all over you. Kaya ako nahihirapan siguro.
Tama ka, Coach. Para ka kasi makaabot sa PBA, sa ganun level na undersized. Malamang sa hindi mo.
Right, right. That's
Matibay yung katawan.
right. Great move by Jackson Corpus. Really like a pump fake. Getting his man up and easy drive to the basket.
Here's Williams. He takes matters into his own hands. He's fouled and will take 2 free throws.
DJ Edrin on the
That's a
mix.
sign of a good import, Jetta. So Jordan Williams, I noticed the last few plays, he's forcing his shot outside. I felt like a couple of them were a little too early. You know, if you were to ask me, you have to mix it up, especially against a team like Magnolia. You know, there's times na libre na tira. Pero if not, basket, create, try to get to the free throw.
Yung isa pang sino na coach na
Number street, many sound system.
pupunta siyang backward eh. Para kunin yung bola, para kanya na. Wala pa din sa backward. Kasi siya agad titira. But, you know, the workload was extensive for him. Ngayon, may mga guards na siya na ikakiwag yan. Yung sa
Right.
take that ball down before trying to feed her. Defensive foul called on Sorry, Baroka. Nakabawi sila ng iwag kasi nakakairan ni Baroka.
Give me something to dance to.
Here we go again.
He might have moved a little bit too quickly.
Not healthy. The iwag. Meaning to Hester like that. He's a tough cookie. Defense by Baroka. May good sake. Labas kay Iwag. Has space for a 3. No good. For Boots. Nakuha ng rebound ko.
Good defensive possession by Magnolia there. Obviously, Jeff, kita natin na higher risk guy to si Wami Chongson. Whenever he has the ball, you're gonna see more than one guy helping out on defense and try to defend him.
But also the defense of Magnolia was very solid in transition. Sometimes si Iwag, Baroka. Nasakan to that Junicia's favorite spot. Masyado na malakas. Corbus has been extremely active. Tatawagan ang foul si Kahino.
Sinasabi natin kanina dyan na paglabas ng Gio, meron silang mga
DJ Edrin on the mix.
paglabas naman ni Calvin, meron naman silang si Jackson Corpus. Again, one guy, very, you know, energetic, always attacking the rebound, always where the ball is. Parang magnet, di ba?
I'll add one more.
Here we go again.
Similar mold, yeah. Also, we just have multiple weapons na pag-usapan na natin na previous days. At every position, in every role, na kailangan ni Coach Gino, meron siyang 2 or 3 players na responsible.
So it's actually more than anything what's nice about the culture that they're building. Lahat sila dyan, ready to start, ready to go. It doesn't matter if you're coming off the bench or starting. To them, what matters is you perform well and you know, playing defense.
Here they are playing defense. Foul on Magnolia, and that will send Williams to the free throw line. Jordan Williams with 7 points. This
DJ
guy
Edrin on the mix.
The reason why is he's had a couple of explosions offensively. Game 7 points, 4 games, performances.
So
Here we go again.
Williams is a guy who can just really light it up. You know, that's the feel that they got in him. From what I see also from afar, it looks like a good teammate. That's important also.
DJ Edrin on the
Very
mix.
respectful to the referees.
Nakausap ko actually si JP Calvo about Jordan Williams. And yung number 1 thing na gustong-gusto nila about him, talagang ramdam nilang yung shoot na gusto mo palagi. It's so important.
Yeah, you have an import that's, you know, fearless and wanting to win. You always have a chance. Pag ganun, you always have a chance.
This is the mix of Carnes Mix Club DJs.
Goes back to Calvo. The outside.
This is
Malakas ka. He's keeping
destruction.
that ball alive. And here's Calvo again. Wala yung bola sa kanya.
Basta
But not
team destruction. Yun.
no good.
This is the
End of the
mix
first
of
quarter.
DJ.
Dalawa lang alamang Magnolia. Terrafirma really keeping in step. 28-26 is the score after the first 12 minutes of action.
This is team destruction. Powered by Carlet's Mix Club DJs. DJ Lamar the best.
Magbabalik muli ang pinakaabangang PBA All-Star. Ngayong taon, mag-aarap na ang dalawang koponan, yung Team Jacket at Team Scorpion. Kasama sila ang mga paborito ng panlalaro sa PBA All-Star 2023. Gaganapin po yan March 10 at March 12. Yung mga abangan natin dates sa Pasig City, Iloilo. Tutok lang dito sa TV5. Muna sa Pasig.
The mix of Carlet's Mix Club DJs.
Ito kasama natin si Coach Chef. Coach Chef
This is
Kayate.
team destruction.
PBA All-Star. Out of all the memories, Coach Chef, ano yung paborito mong
Basta
memory?
team destruction. Yun.
Good question,
This
guys.
is the
I would
mix
say
of DJ
my favorite
Lamar
will
the
be
best.
my last one. And I say that because it was in my hometown in Ilocos Norte. Yeah, my mom is from Batang, Ilocos Norte, and we happened to have our All-Star there, and to host that and be part of that was really special to do it in front of my family. And isa pang note why it's memorable.
This is team destruction. Powered by Carlet's Mix
That's
Club
my
DJs.
first and last opportunity to join the three-point contest.
Akala ko slam dunk contest.
Pinakaya naman at 34, diba? Pero to join the three-point contest, that was always one of my dreams of life.
Marami na tayong mga gagawing memories. That's why we're asking to mark your calendars and mention it as well. Reports and report for natin for today. That will be very fast.
This is the mix of DJ Lamar the
Bringing you the
best.
action. Pero sa ngayon po, salamat sa pagsama niyo sa amin for this Governor's Cup duo between Magnolia and Terrafirma. Nasa bandang dulo na tayo ng elimination round, and Magnolia, they're still eyeing a slot in the top 4.
You never know what can happen. Pinaka-importante is you take care of yourself first, and that starts today.
So scoring is low to begin the second quarter. Pero ganda rin naman nagsimula yung We'll see 4 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, beautiful play! Barong ato Abueva.
Great recognition. Good pass by Mark. You have to be ready, knowing that it's less than 1-2 seconds. You have to be ready before the inbound happens.
And very strong drive. Sa akin mga player doon. Shaken up lang. And it's gonna be fine. Coach dun sa last play naman. 2.4 seconds na lang yung naiiwan doon sa shot. But I think 0.4 lang yung ginamit. Nag-iwan pa ng 2 seconds.
Sorry, the opposite. You're wanting to switch on that kasi yung lalabas sa ball is falling. Normally, the big guys are missing.
Pinaka-importante ng coach yung communication between the defenders and
So yun ang points ko dyan. Before pinigay yung best bola sa you have to already know. So, again, that's part.
Ramos got the offensive rebound. Got blocked there. Well, yes, na naman yung nakapayong sa'yo. Mahirap talaga makakita doon. But again, Terrafirma. Scoring up to 5
better there.
Knockout play na naman!
You know, it's just a little too easy. I feel like right now you have to expect multiple screens when they are inbounding.
Terrafirma wasn't exactly able to capitalize sa stretch na nasa sahig si Williams, but Hester was not, and he's beating them on the boards right now.
Momentum obviously right now is shifting to Magnolia.
And Mark Baronga hitting another three-pointer. Nakakarami na Magnolia from downtown. That's 5 points already for Baronga, and this is the biggest lead of the game. Nagsisimula nang kumawala itong chicken templados.
You go back to just a few plays ago, and here's that inbound play. You know, being ready and understanding there's going to be a screen has to be something you're focused on. Calvin doing what he does best, creating and hitting his teammates for an open shot.
And after scoring 5 straight points, pahinga muna si Baronga. But in comes Gio Halalo, who himself has 5 points as well.
What a luxury for Coach Gio.
Under 7 minutes to go. Yongson really talented in drawing those fouls. Laman picks up foul number 2.
Dito magaling yung Magnolia where they find moments during the course of the game where they get a few stops and they pretty much ram it down your throat. So if they can find a way to score a couple times here and not lose it too much, they'll be okay.
Let's turn it over to them.
Although Terrafirma is in a 5-game losing streak, as Coach James Tolentino said that they definitely have not fallen into the trap of being comfortable with losing. Unlike in the past conferences, na pag natatalo daw, uuwi na lang basta-basta, kaagad, hiwa-hiwalay after the game. This time around, talagang pinag-uusapan nila, and people seem to be like they're hurt, which doesn't always make it a bad thing. And that they can't move on, it only means that they care more this time around. At ito yung binabanguhan ngayon ng buong coaching staff, yung gigil, yung galit, at syempre yung trabaho na kailangan din for all of those things to come together, and hopefully, when it does, that will lead them back to the winning column. Back to you.
Thanks, Denise. Well, certainly, you were the head coach in the PBA, Coach Shep. One thing you want from your players is to care, right?
Well, obviously, it starts with that. So before you even walk into your locker room, you put your pride down and leave it at the window, leave it at the door. But you gotta come in caring each and every day. You care about the success, the overall success of the team. You care about how you prepare, and you care about the wins and the losses as it happens.
Halalan, tumayong with a steal again. There's Gio. Going to Junicio, masyado malakas. Rebound. Nueva was there, losing it momentarily. Nakuha naman ni Aris. Lee, bibitaw from Lee. Country, no good.
Magnolia is so good at just disrupting, making it difficult for you, forcing you to rush faster than you normally go.
And this is more of their pace. Yung slow down basketball, grit and grind. Terrafirma was able to keep in step in the first quarter because the game was fast. Take a look at this as
This is a good response. So down screen for Wami, knowing that he can hit that shot at any time. Hopefully they can continue with this momentum.
this is a timeout brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. pala yung conference format natin for the Governors Cup. Siyempre may single round robin tayo. And top 8 teams will advance to the quarterfinals.
Yes, so at this point, Terra still has that chance. You know, it's slim, but again, basta may chance, fight pa rin tayo. That's really the mantra of Terra right now.
At syempre ito Magnolia, hindi pa rin ito nagpapahinga because may hinahabol din sila coach Jeff.
Right, so their goal is to make the top 4. Obviously, top 4 has a choice to be the advantage, and that's where you always want to be, and they're in good pace for that also.
Pero actually, ang best case scenario for Terrafirma is only a tie for 8th place. May knockout game kasi tayo kung tablay records ng 8 and 9.
So they're gonna have to win a knockout game if they win 2 in a row. And also, if Phoenix doesn't win their last game.
Ultimate Divine Web. Inayang siya kasi dalawang offensive rebound siya, dalawang tip in. And usually, pasok na yun for Calvin.
Kasi kay Calvin, Messi is gonna go after. Maski hawak na ng kalaban, he's still gonna try to go after him.
And there he is again, disrupting. And you know, it doesn't have to end up in a steal for it to be a good defensive scheme because nagugulo niya yung flow ng offensive. Yes, sir! All the way!
What a luxury also. Again, you're a big man. You're 5-man in Hester running the lane. How quick was that and how easy was that?
Going to the Kiwag and will try from the outside and will knock down the three.
So that's the movement that Terra needs to stay with. I think they see that there's, you know, being able to move and pass the ball and share the ball, they'll get open shots.
Wami stopping Bob. Three is good! Right in the face of the beast! And he's loving this. Bumalik na naman ang Terrafirma coach Jeff. They're only down by 1.
This is why he should be the all-star game, in my opinion. So, again, being able to find Ed Kiwag in the corner, and then them being able to get a stop as Wami transition offense, stops, pops, and drop. So,
That's a bad man right there.
I agree.
Wami Johnson is actually second in scoring among the locals. Umangat siya dahil dito sa 38-point performance niya. He's averaging 24.3 points per game. Only second among locals to Robert Polling, who is averaging just a little above 25 games.
Scoring, hindi naman problema kay Wami, and ever since he's come into this league, again, with that confidence, he's really developed that off-the-dribble shot, whether it's in transition or whether it's coming off of a screen. He's really developed into that shooter that you pay attention to.
Remember that stretch nung nasa bubble tayo na Wami was able to get a string of 30-point games. Tapos sumakit ako from the
That also says a lot of confidence. That confidence built for him. Tumaas yung kumpiyansa niya. Because of that, I felt now we're just showing it each and every night.
But by the way, yung 38 games, second 30-point game of the one. How many locals would be able to save that? Wait, is Reno good? Bigat. Magnolia wins it again. They're never done bad. That's been tremendous. Hester. And finally, Abueva gets the tip in.
So that's a 5th opportunity for a basket by Magnolia. Sayang because ibig sabihin nun, they were getting 4 stops. It's just clearing the boards is their issue and problem now. If they can fix that and have them miss early, then you never know what can happen.
Abueva coming out of nowhere. Para tapikin yun, although Calvin looks like he's shaken up. Wait, wants to get it to Hester. Comes on yung kabanggaan niya doon. 2:38 remaining in the first half. Hester cross-court, Baroka. Now it's Abueva who will trigger. Calvin doesn't get it. Yet another offensive rebound for Big Hess.
That's where he's unstoppable and he's saved this game in and game out. Seen ba makaka-box out dito kay Hester because it's not an easy job to do.
There's a timeout that will be requested here. It's a 5-point lead for Magnolia, 48-43. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena. You got shots with the Jet, Coach Jeffrey Torriaso and Denise Nan. And you got Big Hes, Antonio Hester. Pinapahirapan niya yung dati niyang team in Terrafirma.
Right now, I don't envy the position of Eric Campson kasi yung bantay niya is Big Hes, Antonio Hester.
Nakita natin nag-uusap si Coach Johnny Del Carrel at si Antonio Hester dito before the game. Oh, good move by Campson. Masyado lang malakas. And that's gonna be a foul on Ferrer.
Right, so good move by him. Sayang lang, he was able to get Hester up in the air. Just have to be able to finish.
Ang laki pa rin kasi ni Hester, nakakailang pa rin eh, no?
Right. So, feeling ko kasi Eric medyo nagulat na tumalon to si Hester eh. Slightly open for a second.
Yun yung sinasabi ng lahat ng Terrafirma sa kay Hester is, you know, you get better when you were wearing this uniform.
Right.
You're quick. Give it space. Nag-hit shot. But look at the strength. And also, Coach Jeff, the mobility of Hester.
So being able to, again, try to box him out is one of the toughest tasks for any team. And right now, Eric Campson is the man that's in that position. But have you noticed why, again, there's a small lead, 5-point lead by Magnolia, is because of the second chance opportunities. Bawat baba ng Magnolia, they're getting 2 or 3 attempts at the basket.
We talk about second chance opportunities. Offensive rebound count, Coach. 13 ang Magnolia, 5 lang yung Terrafirma. And out of those 13 ng Magnolia, 9 of them have come here in the second quarter. Yung free throws lang eh, you know, they would have been leading by a big margin, but that's already their 7th missed free throw. So that's the count ng second chance points. 7 already for the Hotshots. Wala pa para sa Terrafirma.
Right, so again, they are losing the battle of the boards right now. That's something they need to clean up and be better at. Because they are, ibig sabihin nun, Jet, they are getting the stops.
A great pass by Jordan Williams.
Great look by Williams again. Finding Campson underneath. Humelt yata to si Hester on Williams, leaving Campson open.
Magnolia has a lot of respect para kay Jordan Williams. Kaya siya talaga yung focal point ng depensa nila. But De La Rosa left open. Rare miss from Rome on that area. And that foul will be sending Williams to the free throw line dahil penalty na ang Magnolia.
So yun yung sinasabi natin, Judge, in regards to when the shot goes up, being able to locate, find your body to body, especially on Hester. All 5 of you need to rebound. You need to try to clear that board. And when you do that, you lessen the second chance opportunity. It only helps you.
Kevin Murphy on their screen team for the North Court. Of course, earlier, isa pa yung team that kept or is keeping their playoff hopes alive.
Sila rin isang team that can get conference. And if Phoenix loses one more game, that's if they do, then they also have a chance.
So yun yung gusto nitong Terrafirma tsaka ng Northport matalo yung Phoenix in their last game. But what Terrafirma also has to do is win this in their next game. And Molly has other ideas. I like that from Jordan Williams because he knew that Magnolia is in penalty.
So that's normal. If you're a scorer like Williams, as you see a good find by Barossa to Paul Lee. When you know a team is in penalty, attack the basket. Put your head down a little bit. See if they can sustain the staying in front of you without fouling.
Coach, diba tayo rin yung nag-cover ng pinakita natin paano mag-trade si Paul Lee and he's taking it. In the video, it said 24-25 feet. It feels like he's hitting it from
Yeah, so he is one of those guys that practices what he does in the game, and nagiging normal na yung tira ng 25-footer. I've never imagined shooting from no more than half a step from behind the three.
Yung sigurado lang na hindi ka step.
Exactly. Tapos ako pang madalas stepping, so these guys are shooting it well beyond, and that's that Steph Curry effect, if I may say.
Here's Terrafirma. One last attack. Williams! Oh, contorting mid-air to get 2 points.
Being able to avoid the block on Rome De La Rosa there.
Esther to beat the buzzer. No good.
Nice.
What a ball game. What a first half this was. Jordan Williams coming alive.
Yeah. So again, mixing it up with his ability to score the basket. He's shooting from the outside. He's attacking here. He's forcing you to defend. And that's, I think, what's key so far in the first half.
Definitely. And that's why isa lang ang laban ng Magnolia after 24 minutes. 51-50. Magbabalik po kami para pag-usapan kung ano nangyari sa first half.
Sunray Remix.
Nataka na talaga ako.
sa loob ng Phil Sports Arena, and it's Magnolia up by 1, 51-50 over Terrafirma. Shots ulit. Coach Jeffrey Carriace, Denise Tanco nag-atin ng aksyon. Tingnan natin yung halftime stats brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA.
So if you were Terrafirma at this point, Jen, I think you'd be happy with the score so far, 51.
Benji Flores
You know,
remix.
they can improve in a lot of aspects, and one of them is the rebounding. So Lamang Magnolia at 32 over their 22. Assists, we know that that's part of Magnolia's game. They're up 50 to 8, but the points in the game really the big factor.
Ito naman yung mga leading scorers. Jordan Williams and Joaquin Thompson, yung tandem na yan, has really carried Terrafirma in both wins and losses that they have this season.
Correct. So we can expect that they both are going to come out the second half and continue scoring the way they have been, being the aggressors, being the ones setting up their teammates. But I think what Terra needs is someone else to kind of step in and get into that scoring, fade that they're in right now, so that they have a chance in second half. Is it Eric Thompson? Is it coming off the bench, Alex Cabagnon? They need someone else to step up.
Mula sa Viva Entertainment, andito na ang pinakabagong fun serye na bida ang buong pamilya. Pinalanin ang makakaliw na pag-ibigan ng magkasamang Janet at Ian, kasama kami ng naging isang chikiting na si Yeye. Kapag nasidong pa kaya nila, asit pusa nilang pamilya. Samahan ng true to life comedy, sweetheart na sila Gerald Tapones at Kim Molina sa Team A, March 18. TV5. So Jeff, na-excite ka na.
Well,
You're gonna be tuned into that.
well said, because ako hindi ko kaya sabihin yun. So that's something that, of course, gives to you.
This is the Honda PBA Governors Cup brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the possession. Offensive foul si Joaquin Thompson. He was nursing foul trouble actually in the first quarter. Pero stayed away from it. The second half, he has 3.
You usually have two hands on ball that play. Whether he sold it a little bit, that's tough to say. But again, when you have two hands on the player and you're the offensive guy, that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's really not the way you want to start your second half. Ito Magnolia, let's see what kind of adjustments they'll make. They see a lot of the chance for Terrafirma to get the lead again. Jordan Williams with 15 points, he's capable of exploding in an instant. Laro sa nagpapahirap sa kanya ngayon. Finding a deeper option here is Williams again. Jordan, all the way, bucket.
So his ability to score is really tremendous.
And he gets the steal as well.
Combining a little shaking up in that play.
On the tapilok mag-isa. But he's back up. Williams again. Wow, that was a tough shot. But another bucket for him.
Not tough for him, Judge. So he can score in bunches like he's doing so far. I hope he maintains that energy because he's going to really need it this whole half. So far, so good for him.
Now, Terrafirma getting the steal again. They're up by 3 points. Good start to the second half para sa kanila. Williams with 19 points. Responsible for the 4 points of Terrafirma in this quarter. Pag-sakit dalawang imports. He should pop right back up. And he does.
Benji Flores remix.
Isang bagay na you love to see from your imports if you're the coach. You know that they're willing to sacrifice their bodies to get the right ball.
Especially if it's an import, showing by example that he's willing to get on the floor and value every possession.
Nakiwag may hawak. Here's the Nakiwag and he's fouled by Hester. Hester says he only had his hands up and he might have a case. Nonetheless though, natawag na yung third foul ni Big Hess.
I think just watching this one more time, you see that Hess was not, settled in front. So regardless of him having his hands off, he did hit him with the body. So to me, that was a good call. Next time, I think he just needs to get in front of him a little bit faster. Either take a charge or try to block the shot.
The free throws both teams parehong 8 ng free throw yung iniipos ng Magnolia at ng Terrafirma.
Baka talaga naninibago sila rito sa Pro Sports. Again, not your normal venue, but again, no excuses.
And Hester this time draws a foul on Williams. Both teams, they're very animated sa mga reaction sila dun sa mga pitong naririnig. You can understand why. Very important game for different reasons.
Right, so I love the passion. I love that they care. Sabi natin earlier, it's about caring. Care about every possession, especially when you're on defense. You want to be able to make stops when you can. Terrafirma knowing, you know, that Magnolia has so many weapons. It's hard to get a stop. So when you do, or you have a chance to get a stop, you want to make sure you make it. So they question every foul.
That's right. Well, 16 points now for Hester. First 2 points of Magnolia dito sa third quarter. Now they're extending their defense to the backcourt. Actually, the offense of Terrafirma is a little bit. Williams has it. Tip away, say three-pointer. He is in a mood.
So he's on fire right now, Williams. So he's feeling it. You know, that's going to be a little scary for Magnolia because we know this guy is capable of scoring.
Sasagot si Rob. No. Wholesome from Dyip. So good. Not sure if that was the best shot for Wami.
Right.
Nueva, atake sa kabila. And that is gonna be the fourth foul of Wami Johnson. Kaya ganyan yung reaction niya.
Right, I agree with you, Jim. Not too sure if you want to take that one. I know we made one in transition earlier. But again, it was challenging to see Williams just, you know, watching how the defense is playing him, being able to size him up a little bit, you know, taking that shot, money in the bank.
I have a feeling na isang dynamic kung matiniran ni Wami. Pumasok yung kanina niya ganun. But first, let's take a look at Alvin's performance against Northport. Isa siya dun sa ating player na score ng at least 15 points. For Magnolia, he had a double-double of 18 and 11.
Something consistent that you can expect from Calvin. That's what
Dancing with the beat.
an all-star. That's why he's a superstar in our league. He's consistent and he's doing it every game.
Kapayni with a rebound. Joseph. Hester sa baba.
Sayang kasi I felt like a mining. Hindi lang niya nakita na libre si Williams sa corner.
Nakatalikod siya kay Jordan. Ito na sa backside niya. Nueva. Alvin. Got hit where it hurts.
5 versus 4 right now. Let's see if as he first sees Calvin with that first assist.
Just like that. Lamang na naman ito Magnolia. Again, you know, Hanalon, this is another facet of his game. He has only 5 points na lahat na score niya back in the first quarter. Pero now he has 6 assists each year.
So, you know, we mentioned how he has Coach Johnny on the bench. And why Johnny was so special because players are his teammates love to play with him because they know that if they sprint hard, Johnny will fight. I think that's the same way with Mark and Gio. You work hard, you sprint the floor, give yourself a chance to get ahead of the defense. These two guys are fighting.
Naman si Calvin ang buweba. Double-double na rin. 12 points. Rebound. Guess what, Coach? Yung last game, 11 rebound siya, 5 doon offensive. Ngayon, 13 rebounds, 6 naman yung offensive.
All over the board. One guy that's hard to match up with, I think Terra, kung sila nahihirapan. Sino ba babantay dito kay Calvin? Who can box him out? That's their struggle at this point.
Hitting that corner 3.
That's one guy I think Terra is expecting to more aggressive. They need him to step up and hit shots.
Oh, they left Abueva open, and Calvin really making an impact here in the third quarter.
Calvin is good at just finding open spots.
Iniwan katakin si Alalo. Iniwan kay Kamson. Aaron comes up short on the first one. On the putback, he scored.
Good recovery. First miss, was able to recover and gather himself again and make the shot with his left. Kaliwa yun dyan.
Coach, ito na naman yung nakikita natin na from observation lang naman to, na parang pag mabilis yung takbo ng laro, mas nagkaka-advantage yan ng Terrafirma. When the game slowed down in the second quarter, doon kumabot yung lamang ng Magnolia ng game.
I think this is where they're comfortable, where they're, again, shooting quickly, one or two passes.
Look at Kamson. Power is way inside.
I love it when the small big guys, I call him a small big guy, out there outworking and showing that he's also someone that you have to pay attention to.
Alon. Gusto kong mamake. Gio, nasara ng pito. He had to invent a shot there. I love the energy that EJ Kamson has injected in Terrafirma.
Madalas natin pinag-usapan si Calvin, si Anthony Hester, but Eric Kamson right now is giving him life with his energy.
And Jordan Williams adding on the pace of Magnolia. Ito na yung pinakamaklaking lamang ng Terrafirma at 7 points.
Yeah, he's telling them, I got you guys. Give me the ball. I'm putting it in the basket.
That man has 10 points in the third quarter alone. Lee,
DJ Rap.
a blocking foul falls on Ferrer. I want to see that again. Ito muna yung rebound ni Kamson kanina. Ito naman. 24 feet ba, Paul?
Yeah, so again, so many plays, being able to shoot from that far, it's harder to defend. I think on that last play on that charge, I'm not sure if his body or if the angle of his body was where it should be, but it seemed like he was there early enough.
Exactly, that same thoughts. Kaya parang nagtaka ako initially, but let's look at this. Was he moving, Coach?
It might have been that slight movement to
Slightly, no?
his left. To his left. But I see there's the angle that I'm talking about. I think if he would have shifted a little bit to his right.
Medyo, yeah, tama. Medyo nag-adjust siya para gitna yung bangga ni Paul sa kanya.
Right. I think that would have been an easy charging call, but because of that angle, they called the foul.
Actually, I think was a good catch by our referees. Pull up para free throw line. Kaya sa malayo, kaya rin sa mas malapit.
That's an easy bucket for balls. We all know this game is a stretch and shoot from 25 feet, but you free throw shot, super easy for him.
Terrafirma's lead reached 7. It's now at 3. Williams. His first 3 of the quarter.
So that's being initiated by that first ball screenshot. What Terra's doing well right now is making that extra pass after the pass to the ball screen. So Andres is really finding an open Williams, understanding that he's hot right now. Get him the ball.
Street, any sound system.
12 points, but this is a guy who has been on fire in the third. Williams, 13 points now sa quarter to go. We have a timeout brought to you by Honda Official Motorcycle of the PBA.
Yo, give me something to dance to.
Here we go again.
overall, and more importantly, you have to take a look at their body language. From jump ball pa lang daw up until this very second, kitang-kita na mas lumalaban sila and they are playing to win. Over on the other side, sa Magnolia, Coach Johnny Marietta said that their main concern is that it seems like the Hotshots are taking this game a little too lightly, contrary sa nangyayari sa Terrafirma. They enter this game and the players, they think this game is going to be easy, but it's getting harder and harder every second. So the reminders during the half definitely were more mental than technical. Back to this.
Thank you so much, Liz. And sometimes, Coach, I'm sure you've had halftime huddles na gano'n na alam naman ng players yung kailangan nilang gawin. So, wait. Hang on a minute. Because Jordan Williams has just made an impact here, too.
That's a nice find by Kamili, just undercutting Williams from the baseline. Two-handed dunk, making it look easy.
Making things happen. Yeah, just going back to what we're talking about. Sabi ni Denise for both teams, mas reminder na mas motivation yung pinag-usapan in their halftime huddles.
So I'm not gonna lie to you, Judge, when you say when you're playing teams as we see Kahili stepping into another three, looking confident. When you play teams and you're known to be a championship level team, and you're playing teams who are at the bottom of the standing, there is that letdown just a little bit. Sometimes as coaches, it's one of the hardest things to motivate.
DJ Edwin on the mix.
For the game.
Yeah, well, certainly Terrafirma is motivated. Kitang-kita naman natin sa energy nila dito. But they found Esther. Hindi ka sa play kanina. On the backdoor, good go again. Williams rises high.
In the air.
They even showing us his shooting touch from outside. Itaan mo nga rin sa pagkamato.
DJ Edwin on the mix.
4 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Lumamang na ng pito Eric Terrafirma. Third quarter is usually where Magnolia comes out and surprises their opponents.
That's true. So they normally come in and they step on the gas first defensively. They get
This is
the
the mix
stuff
of
that they need,
Carnes
but
mix called
very
PBA.
effective Terra right now, playing together as a team.
This is Team
Understand it's a
Destruction.
big game for them, and they're also no nonsense. They're not at all
Basta Team
intimidated
Destruction.
by this Magnolia team.
This is the mix of DJ Romar, the best.
You know, center the ball game for them. Here's Cello. Up. And you know what? Nagkahawaan na dito sa Terrafirma. Everyone is feeling it now.
Yeah, that's right. And you know that every bit helps when you have guys coming off the bench who can contribute 2, 4 points here and there, defend and make stops. That's gonna help you win down the stretch.
They get the steal that time. And they report to the Denise that feeling ng coaching staff ng Magnolia is that they might be taking this game a little bit lightly as Kabagot showing his veteranship.
That's just again the awareness of a veteran and Alex Tuan. Understanding that the guy that on
Destruction. Powered by
big
Carnes
guy,
mix called DJs.
knowing that he can take it to the basket, not settling for a two-shot.
Ito lang yung body language ngayon. Just how Terrafirma is as a team. By celebrating each other's shots.
Exactly. So they look like actually the team that's at the top of the standings compared to at the bottom of the standings.
Which brings us back, like Shen, to yung reports din. They look like a team who really, cares it about this game. Di ba yung report natin?
Exactly.
Lays down a shot.
This is the mix of Carles mix called DJs.
So Coach Cardell right now doing a good job.
This is
And the
Team
whole staff doing
Destruction.
a good job in preparing these guys, making them feel comfortable.
Basta Team Destruction.
Yes, it is a big game, but hey,
This is the mix of
they're ready. They've
DJ
shown it so far.
Romar, the best.
but well, what you say though is you get to win.
Right. So that's always your end goal and what matters the most. But again, scoring-wise, being able to play in our league, carrying his team, no question, kaya ni Jordan Williams as you see him so far in today's game, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 9 for 13, so shooting a very high percentage, missing only 3 free throws. I'm sure he wanted to get that back, but looking really good right now, especially with that two-handed dunk.
After his last 3-pointer, I think Jordan Williams has 30 points. There you go. So, sabi no, nadaig niya yung output niya against NLEX.
Still have 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Just to go back just real quick with Terra, just looking good, guarding the bench, and everyone's cheering.
Kay Jordan Williams. I think it was first emphasized as we take a look at that three from Kabagnot nung laban ng Magnolia at NLEX. Hindi Poli yung matchup kay Wayne Selden Jr. I think he asked for this matchup to be guarding Williams.
He might have had, and again, much respect for him.
But someone's got to stop the crunch match.
Right, as you see Alex again, being his typical set, why he's lasting this long in the PBA is his ability to hit that bullet shot.
Only missing. Pinakamalaking lamang na doon ng Terrafirma at 13. And they'll have the ball in their front court with 20 seconds on the shot clock. That's the pick of the pass.
Here's that loss again. When you're guarding it, you have to make sure you use the ball. That time you rejected, being able to take 2 dribbles, pull up.
Well, that would have brought the house down. But now it's the offensive rebound of Terrafirma. But they couldn't control, or Kabaini couldn't control that bump, and he gets called for an offensive foul. The second time na napatugma niya si Antonio Hester.
What a missed opportunity. So right now it seems a little bit, at least for this third quarter, that roles have reversed, which now Terra is the one that's getting second chance opportunities. Sayang left this play with this offensive foul, but now it's shifted a little bit. When that happens again, the more attempts, the more you score. So good job, Terra, so far, especially the third quarter.
And Hester, I think this is the first time we've really seen him this shaken up in this conference. Nasaktan si Biggest din ang nagdalo siya for Terrafirma. There was a time I remember he got hurt, but imagine this mix up with five. And magkakilala yung dalawang yun.
Right.
He was in that Terrafirma team.
So again, goodbye. He's not a lightweight. So we know that he's got some strength in him. We know he has some weight in him. So that's not easy to take.
That's already the 5th foul of Joseph Gabaini. And maganda so far yung production niya. Only 2 points pero may 7 rebounds and his presence inside has been key.
Absolutely. I love his presence inside. He's playing that big guy, role, manning the paint.
Good tap by Kabagnot from behind. 9 seconds na lang. Shot clock ng Magnolia. Again, penalty na itong Terrafirma. That's something na sinusubukan. Sulitin itong Magnolia. Okay. Finds a way to still put it through the net.
So that's again, difficult to defend. How are you going to defend the Boston Lee and Hester?
Nalilino na bigay kay Kabagnot. Now using that pick from Samson. Kabagnot coming up short. And that's last touch on wall. Will stay with Terrafirma. Fresh 14 seconds. At tumama sa ring yung tira ni Kabagnot.
And that's a perfect example of taking under the pressure, forces you to kind of speed up and do things not think as you would normally be able to think and read. So that time was a little force on Alex. Let's see how they react this time.
Here's Kabagnot. Alolino susubok sa labas. Couldn't get it. Rebound by Abueva. The beast on the run. Bigay kay Judisio. Masyadong malakas yung layup. But here's Hester getting that board. The drop to Abueva. Extra pass to Judisio. Taken away by Capson.
Comes on, working his butt off on the defense. I see Kahilig inside the paint also.
Bagnot will orchestrate their final shot, pero wisely, Paulie giving up one of their 3 remaining fouls.
Malayo pa sila sa penalty, so that's good recognition on Paulie.
Okay, with 2.8 seconds left in the third, one thing he has to be careful about is not committing a foul. Yung isang foul niya kanina of trying to get free to receive a pass rather.
Cases like this, Judge, scary. The guy that's got to watch the most of the inbound. So there's still almost 3 seconds left in the shot clock.
Ito si Hester. Iniinda pa rin yung panggaan niya ng kamay niya kanina.
DJ Johnny.
Good foul by Maroka. He fouled Yongson right at the perfect time kasi nakatalikod si Wami.
Right. So understanding malayo pa sila sa penalty, they still have 1 to give. 1.6 seconds. Cosito being smart here, putting in a fresh Mendoza, understanding that he can't give up a foul here.
And a foul whistle before the inbound.
That's something that you have to be smarter in, understanding you cannot foul before the inbound.
So ngayon, penalty na ito Magnolia.
Right.
And Paulie is reminding his teammates, wala na tayong fouls to give.
Exactly. So you cannot foul now. So that's why that last foul was crucial.
Williams almost getting that at the buzzer. Alam mo, hindi na tayo magkukulat kung pumasok yun sa init niya here this third quarter. But boy, what a turnaround for Terrafirma. Ito sa 35-point quarter para sa kanila. They enter the fourth up by 11 points. There have been many guys na nag-step up para sa Terrafirma, pero in the third quarter, grabe yung binigay sa kanila ni Alex Cabagnon. Scored 7 of his 10 points that period.
Them this comfortable 11-point lead, or maybe not too comfortable against Magnolia, but we know you're going to get the points from Williams. You know we're going to get the points from Wami. He's that third guy that stepped up for them. Now let's see who else is going to step up in this fourth quarter.
Tama ka, Coach, para pag sa Magnolia, parang walang lead na comfortable eh.
No, that's true. So I had
Unless 80 yung lamang mo, mga
I
ganun.
had to correct myself. Kilala natin tong Magnolia team na to. And, you can't take any lead for granted because with them it doesn't matter. They will always come back.
Let's see what they do here. Esther starting out the fourth quarter. Si Jordan Williams naman magpapahinga ngayon. And Big S immediately goes to work.
And that's so tough because, that play was for Paul Lee out of a timeout. Trying to get him free. They defended him well, but who's going to defend Hester on that dive was the problem.
Ferrer, another three-pointer for Kevin Ferrer. He's got 7 points.
Right, so who's that next guy? That might be Kevin Ferrer. Let's see if we continue with this.
Lee getting to the paint. Ball mag-limited. That's the confidence ng mga gwardiya na Magnolia. They can take their shots because Hester is there.
Right. So again, how do you box him out? So we always say connect, stay connected, stay connected. And I think Kamson was connected. I mean, Hester's just too big and difficult to box out every single time.
Yongson was able to lead Maroka in his career. defensive coach. Yun talaga yung what he prides himself on. And you can just imagine how happy he was with them giving him 35 points.
Right. Very uncharacteristic. But again, this is the PBA judging. Doesn't matter what team you're playing. They all can score. They all can shoot.
De La Rosa. Gives it up to Alalon. 10-point lead pa rin para sa Terrafirma. Gio, who has a number of assists, looking to get one to Jonicio, and that's a 3 for Aris.
Good response by Aris. Good find by Gio. Again, Jonicio stepping in, cutting the lead down to only 7 points. Let's see how Terra responds here.
I don't think Jordan Williams will be on the bench of Terrafirma for long. Thompson. Oh, sabi ni EJ, pwede pa naman a few more seconds.
Right. Big shot by Eric Thompson. So again, a strength of his and a skill of his ability to shoot threes as a big guy. But again, how do you defend again or stop Hester down low? Good recognition by Magnolia, looking for him because they know that that's their advantage.
6 points already for Hester here in the fourth quarter. Alam mo talagang gusto niyang buhati na yung team niya. And Eric gets fouled by Lee, shooting a 3. They're gonna be reviewing that play kung meron bang landing spot rule. Sinasabi ni Polly, may kick out daw si Kevin.
Let's see if Paul is in his landing spot on that challenge. Again, a discussion we make almost every game is how close can you get? But you can't blame Paulie in that play, John, because as they call a regular foul on him, but you can't blame him because he made one earlier. You want to make sure you challenge and you're closer. I think that was a good call by the ref. Just a call.
Sabi nga ni Dr. J, kapag kayo mag-review, mabilis lang. Alam mo na it's just gonna be a regular foul. Pag medyo matagal, yung announcement, malamang sa hindi, i-upgrade yun.
And that's it. What do you do? You're shooting a 3. You want a challenge because he's a good shooter. I think it was a good defensive challenge by Paulie.
I also have to say, Coach, it seemed like, dun sa angle na nakita natin, subukan ni Paulie pigilan din yung sarili niya. So, I don't know if we're gonna see a different thing from a different angle, no? But nonetheless, 1 of 3 si Kevin Perez. I think nakapagkakaroon talaga the free throw line for both teams. Baroka, getting to the paint. Saka ng pinto, Jonicio, momentarily losing it. Si Alano, spinning. Yongson taking that away, and Wami with a pristine pass to the hoop.
The defense has stepped up for Terrafirma. They are looking good in regards to staying in the gaps, not allowing easy penetration, and rotating quicker.
And 17 points for Yongson. Jonicio mula sa labas. No, Halalon. Again, Gio Halalon is a 7-footer hiding in a 5'8" body.
Always at the right place at the right time at the Gio, so you gotta respect that again.
Oh, that's gonna be a flagrant foul. That's gonna be either a flagrant or a technical. Umangat yung paa ni Dakiwag and eventually tripping Baroka, who is really hurt right now.
So knowing that he lost the ball, again, we have to look at it again, but knowing that the keyword lost was about to lose the ball, lose the possession to Mark, I think he stuck his foot out to prevent him from slowing down.
Alam mo, kanina pa rin medyo there's really nothing too much into it. Pero, syempre, yung trabaho ng isang defender, huluhin, inisin, yung binabantayan nila eh. Well, Dakiwag got the brunt of it from both Baroka and Halalon.
So here he loses the ball, and you see that he knows Mark's going to get it. So he puts his feet up to trip him.
So, ang tanong na lang kasi, intentional ba?
Right.
It could be in the motion of his ball.
Right.
Pwede rin. Hindi.
But again, I think what referees are constantly will always do is they will call what they see. So they don't know the intention. You don't know kung sadya or hindi. So, tatawagan nila, yung nakikita nila.
So they call a flagrant one on Ed Takiwag.
And once they saw, yung ano nakita na referee is him sticking his foot out. That's why he got called for that flagrant one.
So Ed Takiwag will have to sit on the bench for 3 minutes. Bago muna papalit sa kanya. But as important as Takiwag is sa Terrafirma, it's not that much that you're most worried about the possible shift of momentum.
Right. So I was just gonna say that. Well put, Judd. Right now, I wonder if this will start that momentum and have it slide towards Magnolia a little bit. So let's see if they can toughen up and maintain this lead that they have. Let's see if they can handle the pressure a little bit better.
So Baroka made 2 free throws. So nakalapit na itong Magnolia to within 7 points, 94-87. Time out muna tayo. It's brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA.
Still
Pinandanin na natin ang ating Be the Player of the Game, brought to you by Firefly, the trusted lighting partner of the PBA, the guy who started things off for Terrafirma.
Yeah. So again, that unstoppable combo guard. So obviously, Wami is a point guard and a shooting guard right now. So far, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He's shooting 5 for 8. I say you got to get those attempts up a little bit more if you're shooting that high of a percentage.
But very efficient. 60% of the field. Again, si Wami yung second leading scorer buong PBA among locals. Nabigyan niya pa si Dennis.
Right. So that's impressive. So you know he can put the ball in the bucket. That's what he's known for. That's what he's good at.
Here's Alalan from the corner. That would have been so big para sa Magnolia. That's De La Rosa hops up the mess and finishes through the foul.
So what we saw there was again 2 or 3 opportunities to score. Sayang kasi Terra was able to get the stop, but just clearing the rebounds and hindi nila magawa.
It was the stem of the lead they got in the second quarter. Yung offensive rebounds nila, yung naging game changer. And it's starting to be that again dito sa fourth.
That's why on that note, Judd, ito, binalik si Gabayni to control and man the boards a little bit better.
De La Rosa knocks down the free throw. So that was a 5-point possession para sa Magnolia. Coming off of that, a flagrant foul called on Takiwag.
Well, let's see the response here of Terrafirma.
Calvo looking for his import. It's now with Williams. Jordan stepping back. Oh, that was a tough shot.
Really tough shot. As you know, on that penetration, Hester picked him up, but he's still able to score. That's he's the 3rd leading scorer amongst all imports.
Averaging 33 a game. Ito si Alalan yung kahapon ni Calvo. There's that pick. Gio leads in. There's a loose ball foul. That's gonna be called on Magnolia. You know, yung atake ni Gio, it felt like he was busier looking for a foul than
focusing on the shot.
Yeah.
So actually, what's impressive with what Calvo did was he just kind of jumped in his way.
I see.
You know,
There
parang kinontra-tiyempo niya yung challenge niya. And that play kind of threw off Gio a little
Kaya pala
bit.
nag-alangan si Gio. Johnson gets it. Williams trying to extricate himself. He does so. 3 for Jordan.
That's money in
Wow.
the bank. Wow, what an impressive shot by Williams again. Shooting regardless there being a challenge.
35 points by Jordan Williams. And he has 5 3-pointers under his name. Si Halalon pumunta kay Hester. Here's that tip from Jongson.
Good help defense by Wami. Staying in the gaps. Again, picking that from Hester.
Yung dalawang steals ni Wami came in similar fashion.
Right.
But trying to get rid of Baroka.
Parang nahawa na siya dyan from Mark Baroka and Gio Halala.
Williams, another jumper. Oh my goodness!
This guy's on fire. He's looking at his hands.
Malagaring
Ooh,
na
you
bit,
know,
no?
who can stop me right now? He's looking really good. He's carrying the load for this Terra team, letting his team know, give me the ball. I'll take care of the bucket.
We started this coverage showing you guys that 29 points si Jordan Williams against NLEX. Tapos sabi natin he's capable of doing more. He's showing exactly that. I mean, look at that, Coach Jeff.
Off the dribble, penetrating to his right, dribbling behind his back with a challenge by Rome De La Rosa, who is a tough defender, making it difficult for him, but still being able to score at will.
37 big points para kay Jordan Williams. And it's been an incredible explosion, especially here in the second half. At saka yung timing coaching kung kailan pumasok yung mga tira niya.
Right. So he's conserving his energy a little bit, understanding that he is going to have to play the whole game. So right now he's carrying the load and hitting the big shots.
5 of 9 from deep, 8 of 9 from 2-point range. Sa free throws pa nga siya medyo na problema 6 out of 9.
But we've always said, Judd, there's never a safe lead for Magnolia against Magnolia. You know they're always going to come back because of their ability to defend.
But they might have to make their move ASAP. As may na si Hester. Ito na yung pressure defense na Magnolia. They're down by 9 points. Alvo. Tutok na tutok si Baroka sa kanya. Here's Kyongson. Step back. Over Lee. Jumper is wet for Wami.
That's another one that's money in the bank. Wami again being that tough one-on-one player. That's a tough matchup for Paul Lee. Giving respect to him because he did challenge him well and just hit it.
Judisho. Short on his three-pointer in Gabaini. Secures the rebound para sa Terrafirma.
Yeah, he's huge for them right now. So Gabaini is playing well in regards to staying body to body with Hester, not allowing him to rebound at will like he was doing in the first half.
Oh, Williams.
Oh,
My.
man.
He is just a man possessed.
He's on fire. He's on fire. So Williams again impressively showing Phil Sports Arena what he can do, giving us an entertaining game.
Jordan has been activated by Terrafirma. Wong, mula sa kanto. And the shots of Magnolia, coach, they haven't been fun. Those are shots they usually make.
That's true. Adrian Wong, capable of hitting three like that.
Why not? Put the ball in the hands of Williams. Two-man games at Iwami. There's Jordan dancing with Judisho. 5 on the shot clock. Gabaini coming up to set the pick. Williams na naman. And that's his first miss in a long time. Gabaini mops up the best though.
God, very impressed with Gabaini right now. He's doing all the little things that helps the team win. And that's defending, rebounding, and again, being able to be reliable underneath the basket.
Finally, Baroka nakascore para sa Magnolia. They've been leading with under 4 minutes remaining, coach.
Get a couple buckets in a row, but that means getting stops in a row.
And the rebound secured by Hester. Ito Magnolia. Susubok mga balik. Walk. Sinalubong ni Kahilig. It will stay with Magnolia, but no foul whistle there.
Good idea, but with Wong attacking the basket and not selling, and did miss that three before that. But what's more impressive, Kahili keeping his hands up, keeping the lead at 13 points.
Taking a look at the team standings, dito natin makikita kung ano yung pinaglalaban nito Magnolia, Terrafirma dito. Coach Chef, please walk us through this.
Yeah, so right now Magnolia, again, with a win tonight, they will improve their chances of making top four. Obviously, they're already in the playoffs, but this is more a game that Terra needs badly. We know a lot has to happen, but it has to start with them winning tonight for them to make the playoffs.
They're in a good position. Pag-asa lang nila na makaabot pa sa playoffs is if they win their last two games including this. So yung 6 Ginesa. Pero imagine if they win over Magnolia, the boost that they can get in their morale. You're going to enter that game against Ginebra rolling, steaming.
Absolutely. So with some confidence in that.
Oh, that's a big three. You were saying, Coach Chef?
No. Good response by Magnolia. Adrian Wong in that three. But yeah, trying to find a way to pull out this game will increase their confidence going into that Ginebra game. Again, anything can happen. So while there's still a fighting chance, you know teams are going to fight, and Terra is one of those teams.
Ito yung kailangan mapigilan ng Magnolia, si Jordan Williams. Already has 37. Munti ka mawala sa kanya yung bola. Eventually, Magnolia takes it away. They're on the run. Kinuha ni Baroka, could not finish, but he'll head to the line for a pair.
Nakuha ni Baroka. Nakuha din ni Calvo for a split second. Tapos inaga ulit ni Mark.
Baroka just said, akin na yan.
What a play by that again. Little difficult trying to split two guys.
Look at that.
As Mark did not stop. You know, the ball was in front of him, so he just grabbed it, spun it, and attempted a shot.
We didn't hear it, but I can just imagine. Baroka kasi sumisigaw siya, makinuha niya. Huwag kang magulo.
That's true. The pass, you know, because Mark was ahead of Calvo. The pass was a little bit ahead. He might have gotten the layup. But again, way to stay with the play.
So goodbye ni Kahilig. So take seats on the bench of Terrafirma. Erin Ferrer, Mami Kyongson, J.D. Calvo, Jacobson, and Jordan Williams. Yung lima ng Terrafirma on the floor now. Magnolia, they have Nalon Wong, Bueva, Hester, and Baroka, who makes 2 free throws. Malulang to.
It's the first time that they put in Gio and Mark at the same time, knowing that they need to pressure the ball and create turnovers.
And turnovers is when they almost, the turnover is when they almost force.
That's why they're in there. So Adrian Wong is also a good defender. We know Calvin is all over the place. Trying to get extra position with him and what he needs right now.
Yung defender ni Williams is Adrian Wong. See what he can do. 10 shot clock. Williams shooting over him. He misses the 3.
They got the stop that they needed. Let's see how Magnolia will respond.
Abueva gets away. Calvin could not finish. And the tip of Samson lands in the hands of Calvo.
Wow, how did he miss that? That's a shot he'll make almost perfectly. But that time, all around the rim.
to Hester. Hester finishes through the foul.
That's a great look by Marcelo. Being able to score in transition, not forcing because it looked like he had an opportunity to attack himself, but waiting for his import. Here as Hester finishes strong for that team.
There was a 3-point play opportunity with Big S.
Let's see if we can complete the 3-point play here.
You know what, Coach? Kaya sinasabi natin grabe yung pinaglalaban dito ng Magnolia at ng Terrafirma. We just got word from PBA-ologist Sila Mangonod. Pag siyempre matalo ang Terrafirma, they will lose their chance of making the play. Pero pag matalo ang Magnolia dito, they will lose their chances of making the top 4.
That's true. So there's more, you don't know which one has more at stake. Probably not both, but let's see how they finish out this last 142. So far, it's a great game. Hindi din eh, grabe. Grabe.
Magnolia trying to mount this last-minute comeback. And they're banking on their import, Antonio Hester. Naman hindi rin naman na yung nagawa dito. A huge double-double already for Big S.
Right, so again, him being his normal self, being that heavyweight underneath the basket, showing us also that he has that face-up jump shot. He's been consistent throughout the game, and again, both sides he's playing well.
It's just that it has failed in comparison lang to the massive explosion in Anthony Jordan Williams here in the second half. But Hester, yun yung nagandaan sa akin. Magugulat ka na ng pagtingin mo sa box score. Naka-30 pa na to. Naka-50 rebounds pa na to.
Consistent jet, that's one thing about him. He's just solid, and he gets you the number. It may not be as flashy and as prolific like Williams, but he's up there.
Williams cheese that. 5-point lead for Terrafirma. A minute and 40 remaining. Williams, the hot hand with 39 points. He attacks, and he's fouled. They say it's before the shot attempt.
I'm not sure. It looked like there was a gather there on that first step. That's where the foul was. And I think the referees are agreeing to that. On this dribble, second dribble on that gather, that's where the foul was. So he is going up for a shot. So that's why I think they're going to award it with
Hindi na kasi maangat eh, no? Dahil na-foul na siya.
Right,
Look
right.
at this thing. Chico Pistolero.
I think if Adrian would have fouled him on that first dribble, that might have been a different story.
Coach, when it comes to games like this, madalas natin naririnig yung pangalanan. Ang coaches sabihin, focus lang sa laro. Don't think too much about kung ano yung at stake. But, alam mo, it's difficult to set that aside. For some players, it also works well. Na alam nila kung ano yung pinaglalaban nila, what they're playing for in that game.
Exactly. So, one thing you need to discuss as a team, as a unit, playing the same way all the time. And, it doesn't matter who your opponents are. You want to try to play and incorporate your game each and every single time. Sometimes it's the hardest knowing that the team that you're playing against is at the bottom of the standings, but, they're more than capable of pulling out a win.
And Terrafirma, they lose the ball. Hester, nakuha, nabigay kay Halalo the scores.
Everyone run into the ball.
And it's a 5-point game. But Jordan Williams was fouled there, and he will hit the free throw line. Dahil penalty sila. Ito Magnolia.
I felt on display they missed the foul on him, but again, I guess it wasn't too fair for the referee. There's that small guy playing like a big man, giving this team, again, another 2 points with this hustle and heart, determination to get to the rebound.
And the key was almost losing that. I begin kay Ferrer. It would be wise for Terrafirma to try and use the clock to their advantage. That's what they do.
I think Terra's handling the pressure fairly well. They're doing a good job.
Williams attacking. Oh! And he misses!
Wow, that would have been a great shot as you see Magnolia transition.
Maroka! One step in, wala! Hester inside, it's a 2-point game!
Big Tess always there when you need him. You can always count on him for those seconds, for those rebounds, giving his team again another chance for a bucket.
35 points para kay Big Tess.
Right, there's that first one by Gio, offensive rebound. And then the second one off this Mark Baroka miss. You see Big Tess with the offensive rebound and the easy good back.
13 rebounds na rin dito si Antonio Hester. Again, offensive rebounds have been the story for Magnolia. They have resuscitated themselves here, Coach Jeff, after falling behind by as many as 50 points.
Right. So again, team standing. Magnolia still a chance if they win this game for top 4. Terrafirma, we know a lot has to happen, but I love the heart that this team is showing tonight. You know, they're playing like they are at the top of the standings, and I'm really impressed with their performance so far.
Ito yung mga laro natin bukas dito pa rin po sa Phil Sports Arena. Yung Meralco going up against Phoenix in the first game. Converge naman, kakalabanin ng Barangay Nebra in the second game. At katulad nitong laban na to, lahat ng mga remaining games natin in the elimination round, utmost significant sa kung anong magiging final playoffs picture natin.
Right. They're all big games, just because they're teams who will still have a chance to make top 4. And Converge is one of them. So they want to make sure, and with the win tonight by Magnolia, if they able to find a way, it gives them a chance.
But right now, that's 7 teams na may pag-asang mag-twice to win. Actually, yung PBA, I believe already has secured, no? PBA has secured one of the 4 seeds that has twice to win advantage. Nalabanan ng ating na teams yung tatlong naiiwan. Here's Terrafirma. Magnolia pressuring. The release pass to Ferrer. They get it to Jordan Williams. Wong surprising him. Wong with the steal. Hester.
wow.
Tie game.
That's a great defensive possession by Magnolia. Terra not calling a timeout.
They don't have a timeout remaining.
Oh, okay.
They have to go in 3 seconds. Yongson losing control. Wami puts it up. Wow. What a fight back.
Wow.
Para sa Magnolia.
Wow, that is a great fight back by Magnolia again. Jongson missing and open Ferrer in the corner. But again, the defensive recognition by Adrian Wong here. Good steal. They triple teamed him at half court to get that steal. And when you need a sure basket, give it to Hess.
And we are going to overtime. Intention na pagpatabla. Depende sa rin. Ayun, nakapagsigurado na mag-OT.
Sorry, Judd, but I just can't get over Cyan. There was a split second. Nalipit si Ferrer in the corner. You know, but that's what the defense of Magnolia does to you. It makes you rush.
And we're tied 110 after 4 quarters. Extra 5 minutes tayo with your turn.
first 2 minutes.
Wagner Yongson gets the possession here after the jump.
Dancing with the beat. With DJ Zamora.
Mitch comes in. Look at the time up to try and get that rebound. Pero nakuha pa rin ng Magnolia.
The problem is who's going to stop him on Hester in transition.
Maropa, thought about the 3. One dribble in. Jumper. No good. Yongson nakakuha ng rebound. They go to Williams. And Jordan did not finish the 3-2 free throw.
That's a good pass by Wong. I think it's the correct play.
Sonic Wave Disco Mobile.
Knowing that he didn't have to force the 3 in transition. Giving him to his import and making him attack the basket.
They were down by 10 points with 3:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. They won the game 13.
That's the pressure again by Roja and Halalo. Adrian Wong and Calvin Abueva as we see Molly come back in. Coach Tito knowing that they need his offensive presence and rest.
Pero ito si Jordan Williams, ha? Pero nabitness yung pangalawang free throw. Analon. That's his foot there. Back the basket. Kick out kay Wong. Adrian. Back outside. It's Abueva. Looking to attack Williams. It's Calvin. Able to put that baby
How
home.
many times have we seen that fake, that slow pump fake, jab to his right and attack hard to his left. Good move by Calvin.
Lamang na Magnolia dito.
Dancing with the beat. With DJ Zamora.
Rami. Would have been big. Gawa lang yung tira niya.
That's a good shot by him. A shot he could make. You know, typically, Judd, you know, it's not 100%, but normally in overtime, first team to 7 points normally gets the win.
But so far, it's 2 points for Magnolia, 1 point for Terrafirma here in those teams. 3.5 to go. We're after foul penalty 1 earlier.
Adrian Wong making it difficult for Williams to catch the ball. But now that he's caught it, let's see what they do, how they help him.
Williams, step back. 3, too strong. Rebound, nakuha ng Magnolia. Halalan says, let's slow things down. Asking for instructions from Coach Chito. This is a second overtime game natin. In the last few game days in this week. It's the reason for that is dahil nga dikit na yung mga laban. Nasisira sa ring pass. Marami ang Weba. The open Hester.
Calvin with that great interior pass. You know, that's really hard to stop. When you get guys who are committed and willing to make passes like that, that only...
Ferrer hoisting that one up. Abueva may have gotten hit.
Not entirely sure if that's a shot you want to take against a Calvin Abueva who's just as quick.
Magnolia by 3. Alalon goes to Hester. Combined has 5 fouls. And he stays away from committing his 6th. Magsak si Hester. Tatakbo dito ang Terrafirma. Nakiiwag. The step back. No! And it's a lot of get your own shots right now for
Yeah,
Terrafirma.
it's a lot of one-on-one and just the last possessions, you know, you want to try to work it a little bit more. I know you're tired. Williams is tired a little bit. Wami's a little fatigued. But move the ball a little bit more, just like that.
Wong! No
Get
good.
Get guys open.
Jordan Williams. A minute and a half remaining. Down by 3 itong Terrafirma. Williams being instructed to call a timeout. That's exactly what he does.
I like that timeout by Coach Cardell. He senses the fatigue and how tired these guys are. Let's see how they come out of the timeout. Right now, Magnolia up 3 in overtime.
situation they're in right now. Down by 3 in OT. Bola nila with a minute 25 left.
125 left, Judd. They know that they're going to get the ball twice. So again, let's see what they come up here with. And turning over is not part of that plan for them, I'm sure.
He did complain, but that sarcastic stare kind of gives you an idea na parang naghanap siya ng foul doon. Instead, it's Ferrero who will be whistled for a foul. Mag-answer ni Hester doon, and that's going to be the 6th foul on Kevin Ferrero.
Parang lalo tumatagal yung game dyan. Lalo maganda yung defense ng Magnolia. You see how they swarm Jordan Williams on that last play. Being able to tip the ball on his pass.
Tingnan mo mamaya, Coach, pag 5th overtime na sobrang ganda na ng defense.
Right. Perfect na siya, perfect.
Baroka by the baseline. That's a big shot for Mark.
Mark stepping up into a comfortable baseline jump shot. Good read by him because Wami anticipated him coming up.
Kahilig from the corner. The shots suddenly have refused to fall. Terrafirma.
I'm looking at Hester and Halalo because it was clear Hester was there for that rebound and Halalo kind of took it away from him. As you see Mark
DJ Edrin on the mix.
comfortably making that baseline jump shot.
Kung meron kang tira na hindi ibibigay dapat kay Baroka, it's probably
Do it.
It's not that, yeah. So again, that's a layup for him. But going back, natawa ko si Hester tsaka si Halalo because clearly he had the rebound, but here comes Gio, being the feisty rebounder that he is, trying to take it away from his own teammate. And Hester was saying, let me get it. Let me get the rebound.
Street, many sound system.
Madouble-double din ako. Gio. There's still a chance that he might get a triple-double. He's got 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. This replay. What do you see there, Coach Jim?
There's that. That's what they were discussing. A little bit close. Yeah, hard on that angle, but
Yo, give me something to dance to.
Kailangan kasi yung unang tawag on the floor was Magnolia basketball. So if they were gonna overturn that, there needed to be very clear evidence.
correct.
Rojas traces the foul. Magnolia was able to break the pressure of Terrafirma. Rojas has it against the Iwag. Hester bibigyan ng screen. Baroka to Junicio. 5 to shoot. Aris. That's could be the dagger.
What a dagger shot by Aris Junicio. Coming in overtime, hitting a big shot when they needed it.
And I read his lips when he said to Ron De La Rosa, sabi niya, sa wakas, because Junicio was 2 for 10. Bago niya ipinasok itong napakatinding tira na to.
But what confidence na pinakita ni Coach Tito and still putting him in there during this moment.
Sometimes it's not how much you score, it's when you score those points.
DJ
Obviously, at
Edrin
that
on the
point,
mix.
that was a big shot by him, increasing the lead to 7.
And once again, look at our team standing. And more and more, it's starting to look like Magnolia will stay in the hunt for that fight.
So with them at 6'4", there's 2 other teams, Morocco and, if I'm correct, Converge, fighting for that last spot. And as we know, 8 teams will make the playoffs. The top 4, the goal of Magnolia at this point, because they have the twice speed advantage.
It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this conference pans out. Games pa tayo bukas. Meralco versus Phoenix, Converge versus Ginebra. Para at stake. Pretty much all of the games na makapanood natin. Kasi kahit na yung mga teams na eliminated na, yung kakalaban nila malamang important sa kalaban nila.
Right.
Still trying to resuscitate Terrafirma.
That's the last thing I wanted to do. I'm not saying it's okay to give up
DJ
a point,
Edrin
but
on the mix.
allow him
suffering a lot of faults in this game.
So he's been feeling the toughness and the physicality from Kamson and Yubani.
Kaya nga kwento niya kay Denise na nakakatulong yung training niya ng Ninja Warrior. Kasi pagka bumabagsak ka ng ganyan,
Right.
you really need to be tough as a ninja.
Yung pala sikreto niya in preparation for the PBA.
This is the mix of Carles and Mix Club DJs.
Pwede rin siya umabot sa
This is
40 points.
Team Destruction.
39 right now. He does.
And he
Basta Team Destruction.
Big
Campeón.
Ness has been,
This is the mix of DJ.
you know, what I'm impressed about him again. It looks like he's not as tired, Joe.
That's true.
You know, feeling ko pwede pa siya another two overtime kung kailangan eh, but he's been, again, that inside presence that they need, missing Ian Sandala.
You know what's been impressive with Hester is, let's take a look at this. 3 from Kamson. That doesn't bounce out. Healing. Flying high for that finish. I'll give it up by Youngson, who will send Baroka again to the line. Si Hester, impressed ka kasi nung una nung makuha yung guard, hindi pa siya gano'n kailangan. He's okay with that, right? Kailangan na. Siya yung puntahan. He's also up for the challenge. Healing.
I love the work that
This is Team Destruction. Powered by Carles Mix Club DJs.
you know, he's like that Calvin type that's always attacking the board and never giving up. I love his energy. You know, a guy like that will always have a place on every team, I feel, because of his personality.
Magnolia. Baroka. Makes this a 6-point game. Terrafirma, you just have to feel for them. They were up by 10 points. 3.5 minutes remaining in the fourth.
They had the opportunity to win here. So Magnolia maintained their 15-game winning streak versus Terrafirma.
Yan ay
The
longest
mix of
streak of a
Carles
team,
and Mix Club
active streak
DJs.
of a team over the Terrafirma franchise.
This is Team
And boy, what a
Destruction.
comeback for Magnolia, powered by our own player of the game, brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Itong si Big Ness talagang parang nasa ilalim.
That's where you can't stop him. You know, inside. So whether it's an offensive rebound, whether it's him sealing, he showed that again he can do that face-up jump shot, but always being around the board and giving his team second chance opportunities.
You know, 45 points si Jordan Williams para sa Terrafirma, pero grabe yung 40 points and 17 rebounds. 9 doon offensive for Antonio Hester.
Powered by Carles Mix Club
Panalo Magnolia in overtime. Ang final score brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. We thank you so much for tuning into the Honda Season 47 PBA Governors Cup here on One Sports and TV5.
This is the mix of DJ Romar. The best. The best. The best.
Fuck up, boy. 1, 2, 3.